everybody? This is Magchop Kenny, and you're watching The Third Rail.
Where the power is.
And that's when the bass go boom, 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 boom,
What's up, everybody? This is Magchop Kenny. Thanks for jumping on The Third Rail with me today. This is The Third Rail radio show where the power is. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I'm glad you're jumping on The Third Rail with me tonight. I got a really, really good show for you tonight. I'm very excited to bring on someone who I got to meet at Miami Swim Week, which was probably, like such a super show for me to be able to be a part of that. And then I became friends with this gentleman, and I've watched him grow. We've done work together. We've acted together. Just a phenomenal guy. He's put an amazing team together, and now they are actually putting on some of the biggest shows globally. So welcome to The Third Rail, jumping on it, Mr. Tony Visions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me, brother.
Yes,
always
sir.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
So, all right, we got a lot to unpack with you.
Yeah.
You got a heck of a team that you've put together. You started off at, you opened up Tony Visions in 2017, the brand, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, from there you've gone global. What's some of the process that you went through to get to where you are right now?
I mean, it was a long, difficult process. There's so many different variants to it. I mean, I started off just printing T-shirts and digital designs before I even started into actual fashion. So that's a whole nother barrier that had to be broken and figured out. For one, I didn't know anything about fashion. I mean, I was always fly when I was younger, but I didn't know anything about runways and fashion shows. So, like, to get to where I'm at, it's just been a nonstop learning process, honestly.
Nice.
And, little tiers of completion here and there where when you're doing something, you realize, okay, I kind of mastered this a little bit. Right. And some artists are like, your brain automatically, what's next?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's a lot of those tiers that is the only way I can kind of measure my success.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you guys all right now that this guy's been on the cover of Creativ Magazine twice.
Shout out to Creativ.
Yeah, Corinne, we love you. Creativ Magazine, go follow them. It's Creativ. They're great publication. Then you got on there with. Can you hear me? Huh? Yeah, it's on. So, sorry, my mic looked like it might have turned off there for a minute, but so from there we started off, I got to meet you at Miami Swim Week, and this was before you were on the magazine.
Yeah, that was Planet Fashion TV, I think, right?
Planet Fashion TV.
Yeah, shout out Celia, yeah.
Yes, we got so much love for these people that we have worked with. And then you took your designs and you just kept going forward. I saw you do New York, then you went to Paris, and then you came down and took it to another level and opened up Fusion
Fashion Events. Yeah.
And now, let me tell you, going from being a designer, so you're a fashion designer, but I look at everything that you've done, and you're an actor.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because even in your social media and your posts, you're an actor, and then
correct.
You're putting on these shows. So you're a fashion instructor.
Yeah. Let's switch out.
So you're a fashion instructor. So it's fashion designer, actor, fashion instructor.
Yeah. That's a new.
Some of the South Florida art, what are they, like the art areas?
Yeah, the art walks, art districts.
Yes, the art district. I couldn't think of the word districts.
Yeah.
Some of the art districts, you've put on some of the biggest shows there, and now you're doing shows out in LA.
Yeah. LA, New York, everything. Yeah. I mean, the goal is always to be global, man. I've always thought of it like you can't just keep fishing in your own backyard if you really want to like get out there. There's so many big fish out there. There's so many different types of fish. There's so many different ways to connect with the world, and the best ways aren't always in your backyard. You know what I mean? Like they say, your friends are not going to make you rich. And you know what? The older you get, the more you understand that, and you can't expect them to make you rich because we're not even rich, so you can't even get that back. You know, all the best type of riches you can get is genuine support and love. Yes. So that's like the foundation of everything, and then everything else just kind of comes with the territory.
Now, as you've grown in these businesses and all the ventures that you're doing and everything, how much have you had to get out of your comfort zone to be able to accomplish some of these things?
At this point, I'm pretty used to it, but I think getting out of your comfort zone is a daily thing almost. You know, to wake up and say you're gonna do something, to wake up and say you have to do something, to know you got something on itinerary. I mean, most of the time, people don't really want to do much. At the end of the day, you want to be comfortable. You want to be just, you know, if everything can be if everything could be your perfect world every day, you'd probably choose that, right? But there's so many things that just, you know, who you are, the type of person you are, the type of things you want to get across to the world. So, I mean, the comfort zone is so important to realize that that's almost like a daily thing, and it's just something inside you pushing to do more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. And you know
Yeah.
what? And as an artist, I can say yes. You're right that when you're every day you're thinking of pushing more, to taking it.
Everybody, and next thing you know, I can't do half of this. Like, it's not even if I can't physically, it's just like the schedules don't make sense.
Oh, man,
I'm supposed to
let
be
me tell
here,
you.
you know what I mean?
For real, there was times that I would people would ask me things.
Yeah.
I'd say, hey, can you do this? Yeah, sure. And then I have to go research and
Yeah.
figure out how to do it.
Oh yeah, I'm in projects like that right now. I'm making a project for someone right now, and but I know I'm gonna get it done, but it's like I never really did it to that tier yet. But I mean, God is great. I can do anything I want.
Amen. Amen.
One way or another.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have a studio.
Yeah.
It's a big, beautiful studio. Shout out, what is the
On-site studios.
On-site Studios? Amazing group of people they work with. We got to shoot a film there. We got to shoot a book cover there. So you can do pretty much anything when it comes to production-wise. In that
Correct.
studio, correct?
Yeah. I haven't been utilizing it as much 'cause we've been working on so many different collections, but yeah, I think a studio is having a place to create is like an artist laboratory, you know, and it's good to have that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I love coming here because
Yeah.
there's art
You come in
everywhere.
here, you feel the energy. You know, this is where stuff gets done.
Yeah. Man, it's so there's so much to unpack that I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about this interview all week.
Yeah.
Because watching you grow and watching you move, being able to say like, when I tell people, oh yeah, I know him really well, and they're like, wow, you know him really well. I'm like, yeah, he's a good friend of mine, but he's also, not only that, you're a colleague, but you're somebody that I admire, that I've been able to say, man, this
Likewise,
guy's really
likewise.
grown. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. And then bringing you on to the set, we did. So we got to work together on a film. We're not in the scenes together.
Yeah, not yet. I
yet.
got to work my way up there. Magchop price is going up.
It's going up a little bit. But the name of the film is Rise of the Hustler. And so what we did was we collaborated in this film. And we put both of our designs on the models.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that we put on, and I'm saying we, but you really did the work, put on a instant fashion show in the Art Serve.
Art Serve, yeah, in the Art Serve building.
During my exhibit. So I had an exhibit in Art Serve, and so we had the models walk in, we set up chairs, and I'm telling you, it was really amazing because I got to see an instant show put on by you. But I don't think people really understand the gravity of what really goes on behind the scenes. And so
Definitely not, no, and they never should, because that's where the magic happens.
that is where the magic happens. But I want to ask you, when it comes down to picking a day, a time, a location, is there a certain method that you use? Because he's thrown some beautiful outside shows, and even when it was gonna rain, the rain stopped for the duration of the show.
It's crazy. I'm literally texting my team right now about this. We got another amazing location. But I mean, this is God, man. Like, this is God, man. Like, we literally had shows. Like, we planned it, say, yo, this day is gonna happen. It's gonna be a month and a half away. This is the door that opened. We're supposed to be doing this. We're not doing anything that's against anyone's will.
Right.
Like, this is supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So, the energy is, it's gonna be a beautiful day. If it starts raining, that's perfect. That's exactly what we needed to
was
push
supposed
back
to
5
happen.
minutes, and God willing, that rain go away. But
Well, it
one way or
has.
another, it has. I've seen some crazy stuff just watching the sky. We also had days where it didn't stop, and then luckily there's a plan B for that, an audible. But I mean, you can't plan your own funeral, bro. Like,
No.
you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I could tell you that I've been to pretty much almost all of your shows, and It was an honor to actually be a part of the first show where my daughter and I showed our
That's where
designs
we kicked
together.
it all off there.
Yeah, yeah,
With
it
all-
was
we had all
great.
the cars and
Cheers
everything.
to that one,
Cheers to
man.
that. Yeah, with the Magchop
Woo.
cups right here. Beautiful.
Oh yeah. So make sure you guys go to magchop.com, get yourself one of these beautiful 15-ounce mugs. You're gonna need one.
Yeah. And also,
Everything tastes better in them.
yeah, that water tastes good. Tastes like tequila.
It sure does.
Wait, so is that an old cup? Is that why? I'm just kidding.
It's one of the older ones, you know.
But yeah, man. Also, not for nothing, for producing shows outside. You know, if you go to like a swimming show and it's outdoor, you know, you feel like you're in Miami at night. Like you get the real thing.
Yes, I
Like
agree.
sometimes the ballroom shows are a little like cliche fashion show. Come in, sit down, screen, boom, that's it. But if you're outside, like in a magical looking ambiance with
Yeah.
palm trees and the wind blowing a little bit, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're wearing like a light button up shirt, you dress, whatever it's a vibe.
yeah.
It's a whole different vibe. And if you execute that, like that's an experience that you just can't forget.
If you guys have
So-
never been to one of his shows,
Yeah.
make sure you go right now. Go follow Tony Visions.
Yeah.
And you've got to keep up with him and see everything that he's been doing. And you got to go with what he's got going on. You've done, I think that first show was 2021 or 2022.
Gotham?
No, the one that I
Which
did
one?
with you for Fusion at the Bitcoin.
Oh, that was probably about 3 years ago.
It was about 3 years. You've
About
done like
3
what,
years ago.
17 shows since then?
Yeah, for sure.
And so like now going global, you know, you've been able to move yourself around, but even internationally, you did LA.
Yeah, we just came back from LA. That was tough. That was one of the tougher ones because LA, when people talk about the LA market, they're serious when, you know, it's not easy out there because they get to where they got to go. They don't know what they got to do, this, that. As opposed to New York, I've done it so many times. In New York, you can go outside and brush shoulders with anybody you want.
Right.
And, you know, it's more boom, boom. LA is more like, what are you doing here? What do you need? Is it
Right.
worth it? This, that, you know, and we're from Miami, so we're a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But we were not to that extreme. So everything we laid out in LA had to be done from here, you know.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's not like we can just go talk to this person or go have a meeting.
Yeah.
But you know that comes with just having faith in what we're doing and talking to the right people. We made some great contacts out there, and they were able to, you know, kind of do the personal work for us. And but that's just now we have a foot in LA, we have a foot in New York, we have a big foot in
Miami,
Florida.
South Florida,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
So next thing is hopefully Tokyo and London. So it's in the
Woo.
works. Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
When you're putting on these shows, you're not only putting on the show, you're showing your lines. So you're
Yeah,
getting a
most of the
line
time,
ready
yeah.
for a show that you're preparing.
Yeah.
How do you manage the time on that?
Honestly, it's tough. Sometimes that's why we're trying to do less, because I mean it's a lot. I've put out maybe 5 collections this year already.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm trying to keep up with stuff, but
Now the next one is the Babylon collection, correct?
no,
Or
Babylon collection
was
just
the-
came out.
Okay, it was the last one.
And then I just released the Modus collection in Fort Lauderdale Fashion Week last weekend.
How do you name these?
so,
these
It comes to me. I mean, my collections on runways are very, very personal to me, because this is where I do all the hand sewing, and I want these collections to kind of tell my story of the campaign. So like Modus is Latin for emotion. So
wow,
so
okay.
usually in spring I do like dark collection. My Babylon collection was last spring, and I did all black pieces. So
Nice.
then like that's how it is. But you know, and then I was like, all right, you know what? The industry is full of emotion right now. Everybody's feeling all type of ways. I'm like, you guys want emotion? I'm gonna bring you colors. So this collection was like all different colors. I had like white, orange, purple, pastels, blue, just something I don't really do.
Yeah.
And then like the screen, the visuals were all very colorful. Just kind of gave you a different feeling than usual. So I wanted people to feel something, and that was that collection specifically. But when I name it, and then that's kind of like the collection comes after that.
Yeah. You know, it's
know.
funny because that's how when I name my pieces, you know, it sometimes comes. It comes to me.
It has to come to
Yeah,
you.
it's
Yeah,
like a
you can't
part
just
of the
be like,
story.
how else, unless someone else names it. Like,
Yeah.
it has to come to you the right way.
I actually the piece that you're drinking, that someone else did name that piece.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you said, he goes, man, when I think of that, I think of Facing the Paradox.
Okay.
And I was like,
yeah, but you see, when you was like that, that means it hit you.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what
like,
it is.
it
you know what I mean?
is.
I'm sure you have people tell you, all like, oh, you should do this, you should do that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
So yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
But when it's like, you know, somewhere down the line, I probably heard this somewhere. Everything's super subliminal. I
Yes.
believe in that.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in having good people around you, because you can learn so much.
I agree
You
with
know,
that.
And so that's having someone around you at that moment, that was the right, perfect moment that you needed to actually get inspired to actually finish that project.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah. And let me
So-
tell you, I you know, I'm imagining this has happened to you as well.
Yeah.
When I'm creating something, and all of a sudden I put something, and it can change the look of that piece. Now that piece is now taking a whole nother direction.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's how it is. Yeah, and you know what? And then if somebody knew you from the beginning of that piece to the end, it's like, what happened?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
But
Where'd
then
that
it's
go?
like, it's good. It's good though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
That's art. I mean, they say art is never really finished, anyways, right?
Yeah,
you can
I always
always
feel
add
that.
something to it.
I always feel like I could do that. You know, I could add
Yeah,
something there.
but you know, once you learn that, it's okay to just. And I feel like in the beginning, a lot of artists they just don't let stuff out
Yeah.
because they feel like it's not finished. But there has to be a level of letting go, I guess. You have
So-
to get at some point where it's like this is okay.
This is-
As
yes,
an
this is
artist,
okay to do it,
This is okay
yes.
to go out. It's enough. Yeah.
You know what? And I think that's something that I struggled with for a long time.
Sure. Yeah. I'm
You know-
sure. Just like any good artist, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we all struggle with it. And when I talk to other artists and they tell me some of how they get over it, and sometimes they haven't gotten over it yet.
yeah.
Is there anything that was there any time for you? Like I know for me, man, when I did my exhibit at Art Serve, that was a really, really interesting show for me because I had never had all of my pieces pretty much in the same room at the
Yeah,
same time.
that's crazy. Yeah.
With everything else that was
Yeah,
there.
so
my
that's a different
products.
feeling that you've had. Probably
Yeah.
not used to something like that.
But it almost gave me like this solidification, like, okay, I can.
Yeah, this
I
is
can-
me.
Did you have one like that? And how did you build off of it?
I have those feelings every once in a while. I need to take a step back more often and feel those, like when you're doing a show. Like for example, I think it was last summer at the Hard Rock. You know, I'm at the top just running the whole show from upstairs, and everything's finally running. You know, everybody's dressed. I got my collection here. There's 300 guests there. There's everything kind of just it's working.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a second to just stand there and just look at it. Like
wow.
friggin' Batman or something. You know what I mean? Like Batman looking down at everything, and it's like, you know, my feet are killing me. I'm sweating. You know, we doing prayers over here for rain, but everything is coming together. Everybody's looking beautiful. Everybody's having a great time.
Yeah.
And you know, there's lots of little moments, but that's just. I think it was. That means I'm on the path. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I would hate to, as an artist, to ever feel like, you know, I did it. That's it. Then you're done.
Then you're done.
Then you're done. Like, nah, I think you always need to be on like an immortal ladder.
Yes.
And, you know, it's not necessary to always look back if you just can't stop thinking about what's next. That's good. That keeps us alive. You know, it keeps us creating. It keeps us.
Yeah, I get bored
cultivating.
if you stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What
What,
are you
are we
gonna
gonna do? What do we do next?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm always down for something. You know?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
doing? I'm like when I tell you I'm always down for something. I'm running a 5K.
yeah.
Like
you see?
Sunday
like
morning.
why?
Just
Why?
Why not?
Well, exactly. Why not?
You know,
Yeah.
this is something that I want everybody that's listening out there. What we're talking about and what this show is really all about. When I say where the power is, the advice that you're giving right now, the information you're sharing with everybody is vital. We talk about getting out of your comfort zone. We're talking about not giving up and just seeking bigger, just dream bigger.
Yeah.
You know, there should be no ceiling. It's an infinite ladder. I think that was such a great description. It's an infinite ladder that you're climbing. Just keep going. Just keep trying.
And we're never gonna reach it.
No.
That's God level. So
Yeah.
but that's okay. That just puts us.
It's an enjoyable. And let me tell you, one of the things that Bruce and I talked about is some of the hard times. You talked about that there has to be a plan B. You had Audible. You have had times where the rain didn't stop. You know, and so I think that sometimes all these obstacles are necessary for us to be able to continue going into the next level. I'm sure that the first time you experienced the rain, that it prepared you better next time for the second time.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, is there anything else that you would say, you know, hey, this can happen and and this is how you prepare? Is there any other examples that you think that maybe like putting your team together, or have your team disagreed with you on certain production designs and things like that? How you overcome that?
I mean, as far as team, that word, you know, is almost like family for me.
Okay.
So, and
like that.
any criticism is welcome. Any opinions that completely opposed to what I think, I put you in we put each other into a position to be each other's teammates. So I respect that. So I learned to take a second to even think about it, as opposed to if it's someone just from outside saying do this, I'm like, nah.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Unless they give you that.
unless
oh,
they-
yeah.
yeah, unless it hits
give
you.
that,
When you
unless
know,
it
you
hits
know.
You're like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
But I think being in the industry alone, you know, a lot of those times do come up because I like to say I have like an open door policy. You know, you come in, you leave, and then I have my team up here. I have layers to getting to the real actual source
Right.
of what we're actually building. But as far as the door being open, people come, people go.
Yeah.
So there's been, I mean, plenty of times when, you know, somebody comes in, they promise this, that, or whatever happens, and they, you know, they F you over or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff happens, but, you know,
keep
I
moving
just,
forward.
I never dread on anything. I think one of the most toxic things for people is stress, you know, and
Yeah.
stress and worrying. And at the end of the day, stress and worrying does absolutely nothing for you.
Yep.
But it sickens you inside somewhere.
I agree.
So, you know, if you would just know, like, whatever you got to do to convince yourself, like, you're going to be all right. Like, you've been through this before. You're going to get through it. All that stuff just delays you, and it does something inside of you.
It does.
You know what I
It
mean?
does. You know, and that's where it comes almost like where you say things out loud. People say, "Oh, words will never hurt you." Yeah, words can hurt you.
Yeah, no,
Your own
for
words can
sure,
hurt you.
for sure. Yeah, if I'm next to you every day, just telling you ain't nothing, and
Yeah.
you know you could probably not gonna be nothing.
I'm gonna start to believe it.
Unless there's some lucky gems, you know, they come in bad environments and something kicks them, and then they never take that word and don't care about it anymore.
You know, one of
So-
the things that I've noticed about you over the years is that you're constantly reaching out to people and giving people opportunities, giving people chances. You've worked with so many different designers and that are different levels of designers, because
Yeah.
there's some people that are up there. And let me tell you, when you go to his shows, the amount of celebrities walking around is really amazing. It's really fascinating to
Yeah.
see. You know, when I've gone to every show, you know, I walk in like like a kid in a candy store. You know, I'm like, wow, look at all the people here. Look at the ambiance, the vibe, and everything.
It's the energy that we build in it.
It is,
Yeah.
and so you know, I think about how I've watched you and your team grow, and you guys put this all together, and each show, everything runs so smooth, and
You would think, yeah. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, that's where the magic is.
Yeah,
Is that the perception is, and I've been behind the scenes for the show, so I know what can go wrong. I know you know how fast things have to be done and looked at. And I wanted to just tell you that I really commend everything that you guys are doing and everything you've done.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
know,
I
because
appreciate that.
let me tell you, just like Bruce, we talked about, he's got another title that I didn't mention in his list, father. You're a father.
Father
and so
first, yeah.
being a father, I'm a father, and being parents, being an artist, having to provide for a child, trying to teach a child, run a business. I mean, there's a lot to it. So for everybody out there, if you guys are going to pursue something, you have to dedicate yourself. I mean, listen to what the advice he's giving you, and everything from every step of it, from getting rid of the stress, the toxic ideas of what can, always focusing on what's wrong or what could go wrong or what went wrong. Just, you know, you have kind of have like short-term memory loss when it comes to that.
Yeah, you just gotta have faith in the process. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, and we're going to finish up with Tony.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
What's up, everybody? This is Magchop Kenny. Thanks for jumping on the third rail with me today. This is the Third Rail Radio Show where the power is. Let's go. All right, welcome back to the show. We're here with Tony Visions. To wrap this thing up, Tony, what do you got going on? When's your next show? How do they follow you? Give everything so they know how to follow you.
Yes, sir. At Tony Visions on every platform. The next biggest thing in Miami and South Florida is Miami Swim Week. So check out Fusion Fashion Events. We're going to have a huge showcase going on May 31st and June 1st.
Man, congratulations. I'll make sure that I'm in the house
got you.
for that.
Front row tickets, baby.
Woo! He always takes care of me. Yeah. Listen, guys, thank you guys all for watching tonight. Remember, if you want your business mentioned on this show, make sure you contact me, hit me up so that I can give you the information and get your advertising. We'll get you a commercial going, the whole 9 yards. If you need it produced, we can make that happen. I got somebody who can make it happen right here, sitting next to me. We'll make anything happen. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Tony, for coming on the show.
Of course.
Y'all stay safe out there. What's up, everybody? This is Magchop Kenny. Thanks for jumping on the third rail with me today. This is the Third Rail Radio Show where the power is. Let's go.